Okay, so in this next phase in our business owners growth system, what I'd like to talk about are things that people don't talk about. So there's a certain amount of truth that gets hidden in business, and it's not a bad truth. It's kind of like when you look at a dog and the dog knows you're going to tell it off and it looks away. People look away from the truth sometimes. And when you can look the truth in the eyes and then you can deal with the truth, I can tell you now that getting business becomes very easy. In the next video, we are going to go through a series of ways in which you as a business owner can get new business rather quickly. But first, we have to face the truth. But what is that truth? Well, the truth is that getting business is easy. The other truth is that getting business is difficult. And the reason why it's difficult is because some people don't actually do the things that need to be done consistently. And it's consistency and persistency that will win the day. And also, many people who are small to medium-sized business owners, they are actually doing the wrong type of customer gathering activity. There are two ways in which you can get customers in my mind, or two routes. There's the high payoff activity and there's the low payoff activity. Now, there's a reason why it's called a low payoff activity, because it's easy. And people will always go to the easy route if they don't want to face the truth that business is hard. They convince themselves that actually if they do lots of the low payoff activities, and those low payoff activities could be sending emails, for example, so they could go for an email campaign. Now think about this, guys, girls. If you receive junk email, how many of them do you even read? I go straight to delete. I just get sick and tired of being inundated with them. So that's a low payoff activity. And if you are relying on low payoff activities working for you, you have to fire in lots of numbers. We're talking hundreds of thousands to get maybe a customer. So the ratios aren't actually working for you. And then there are high payoff activities. Now, these high payoff activities, they are the hardest for the soul when you first get started. They can be so demoralizing, and actually doing some things are so difficult. I mean, you ask a business owner to pick up the phone, they'd rather jump out of an aeroplane. It scares them to death. And that's perfectly normal. But what we're going to do is we're going to run through some tips, tricks, and techniques to show you how to do more high payoff activities where you do less activity, but you get higher results. And the important thing to understand is it's all about daily activity. Nothing more than that. Let's just pretend you are a business owner with a very limited budget and you want to grow your business. You're going to have to do more things yourself. Now, if you read Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog, he tells you need to prioritize your tasks on a daily basis. So you write down your things you need to do. I have a things to do book right now, right here. And this video is on my things to do list. You have to write down a list of things you need to do today, and then you need to prioritize them on the things that are the most urgent and the most important. Now, here's the thing. Average Joe or average Josephine, they will do the task which is easiest first. That's another truth. They want to do the easy things. They want to coast through business. You cannot coast through business. You have to do the hard things. So the reason why Brian Tracy called it Eat That Frog is because when you wake up in the morning, you write down your list, you look at the things you need to do, and then you look at the ones and you go, oh, I don't want to do that job. And that's like eating the frog. You eat the frog first, get it out of the way. Then after that, it's plain sailing. So when we're talking about income generating tasks, every single day as a business owner, you need to engage in income generating tasks. You can't miss a day. You can't miss 2 days. You can't miss a week, because if you do, you might as well go back into employment. And this is the crux of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. Income generating tasks, doing those high payoff activities, are the truths that are going to help you to soar like the eagles rather than scratch like the chickens. So let's do some ratio talk now, because I've said you need to do things consistently on a consistent basis. And if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. And I firmly believe that if you're going to get business, you need to do the right things properly. Don't go cheap. Don't go lazy. Go as good as you can. And if you're in your business, go all in. Believe in yourself, believe in your business, and believe that you can be successful, and you will be successful. I can assure you of that. And that's the thing with the business owners growth system. That's the thing with the LILOP community. Get together, share. You know, we as human beings are tribal. That's what we are. We need to be together. And tribes, like a pack of wolves, they have different roles, they have different skills, they have different weaknesses. And then when you put them together, they all combine to create success. So, ratios. Okay. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. It's pretty simple. If you are inconsistent with stuff, ratios can't appear. It's like going to the gym every single day. Do a little bit in the gym every single day, you'll get fitter. Eat a Big Mac every single day, you'll get fatter. It's just the way it is. You'll probably have heart disease if you eat at McDonald's every single day. Business is exactly the same. So I would like you to commit to your business. And when we show you some things, there are going to be some things that are going to scare the heck out of you, but do them anyway. And I'm going to ask you politely to put your ego aside. There are so many people who are not open for development. They close the shop because they want people to believe they are doing really well, or they want to just falsify where they are in life to themselves. Here at Living Your Life on Purpose, we work in a safe and harmonious environment. The better you open yourself to the truth of where you are right now, the more likely you are to be successful. So let's just say you want to get some customers, and I'm going to go for a high payoff activity. In fact, I'm going to go for two of my highest payoff activities I know. Not in any particular order, but my first high payoff activity is most definitely business networking. I've been business networking for 20 years. And even now, when I go into a room that I don't know, I still feel a bit, butterfly-y. But when I go in there, I have a clearly defined strategy of what I am going to do. I have an objective when I go into a networking meeting. Do you? You need to have a clearly defined objective. So I go into a networking meeting, and what I want to do is I want to build relationships. And I want to get one-to-ones. These business networking meetings, whether they're online or face-to-face, they are just a place to come together and say, oh, I relate to you, or oh, I think I could help you, or oh, maybe we could help each other. But you never sell in a business networking meeting. I'll go into somebody and I'll see someone online or in a face-to-face. I'll have a little chat to them. And then I always lead the conversation. But I lead it with them talking. I have regular one-to-ones that never go longer than an hour, where the people I'm talking to go, oh, we've done all of the talking, Gary. And I've designed it that way. It's a very clever skill because people's most important subject is themselves. So that's a skill. I go to a business networking meeting. What I want to do is I want to find out what people do. So I ask them to tell me what they do. And then I tell them what I do. Now, often enough, they don't know how to tell me what they do. And it's alles über den Platz, as they say in Germany, all over the place. They don't have a clearly defined elevator pitch. But I do. When I go in, they tell me what I do, I tell them, and that's it. It shouldn't take long to tell people what you do. And the more you kind of fluff around it and the more you talk, the less likely you are to have a one-to-one with them, because people are going to go, my word, that person talks a lot. And that is the objective of networking. I want to go into somebody, and once I've done this sort of building rapport phase, we've had a chit chat, I would say, look, how about we arrange a one-to-one? You can tell me what you do. I will show you what I do, so we refer each other with confidence. Now, when you're going to a networking meeting, what you're actually doing is you're going there to increase your pipeline, and that's an entirely different subject. But when you put people into your pipeline, subconsciously, they are looking at your business. They don't know it yet, but they're looking at your business, because when you do the one-to-one, you let them go first. Always get them to go first. And they talk too much. They're not even organized. But when you go into a presentation, a one-to-one yourself, you actually show them your presentation. That's right. You're going to create a very short, sharp presentation. And what I say to people is, look, thank you very much for telling me what you do. Is it okay if I show you what I do? But with your permission, I'm going to show you a presentation that I will show to your people that you refer to me, so that you can refer me with confidence. This is exactly what I will say to your referrals. Now, I'm going to do my presentation to them, and they're going to think, wow, this person's professional. And when they think this person's professional, they're more likely to give me referrals. Nice and simple. Now, if I go to a networking meeting and I get let's just say three really good one-to-ones. In a week, I'm going to do 3 really good one-to-ones. But what am I actually doing in those one-to-ones? I'm not selling to these people. What I'm doing is I'm building up my own referral network. And this is sincere. Don't sell to them. Build up your own referral network. Now, if I speak to 3 people in a week on a one-to-one, over the course of 50 weeks, that being a year, I've actually now grown my referral network to 150 people. And they might just speak to people during the art and part of their everyday. And somebody might say, oh, I need a blah, blah, blah. And they say, oh, you need to speak to Gary. Gary does blah, 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 blah. They're going to refer people to you. It's not going to be regular, but if 150 people are throwing you a bone every so often, it accumulates. And if you do that over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can see we've now gone from 150 to 750 people by being consistent and by being persistent. And, without even meaning it, a lot of times, if you do your networking properly, some of these people will become your customers. And my second favorite one is actually one that I mentioned in the previous video. I like to use a combination of quite direct methods, but these are super high payoff activities. I can do it every single day. I use LinkedIn, I use my lumpy letters, and I use a telephone. Pretty simple. I connect people on LinkedIn, not just anybody, but I purposely connect people on LinkedIn. And then I send them that lumpy letter. That's a letter that's printed by a printer with a Christmas smelling tea bag in it, with a phrase there that says, please find enclosed a tea bag. It makes a cracking brew. Even if you don't drink the tea, open it because it smells just like Christmas. So remember, I've handwritten the envelope. I've handwritten the name. I've also handwritten my signature with a PS. I deliberately didn't write this letter because you can read my scrawl, that it is easy for you to read a typed document or something like that. So I've connected on LinkedIn. I send the lumpy letter. Then the next thing I do is I phone them. Now, this is the thing that business owners don't want to do. They're scared of doing this. But I send them a lumpy letter, phone them up. Hey, Joe, how are you getting on? My name's Gary. We've not met as far as I'm aware, but we recently connected on LinkedIn, and I sent you a letter with a tea bag in it. Did you get it? Yes. Just out of curiosity, did you drink the tea? No. Did you smell the tea? Yes. Did it smell like Christmas? Yes. Well, as you can see from the letter I wrote to you and my LinkedIn profile, I'm a chief commercial officer, and I'm just wondering, are you looking for anybody that's going to help you grow your business rapidly right now? Now, I'm going to get a yes or a no. It doesn't matter to me. It's just part of the process, because I'm focusing on the actions, not on the results. But if I do 3 LinkedIns a day, 3 lumpy letters a day, and 3 phone calls a day, and they're all going to be in different parts of the process. If I make 3 phone calls a day, we would agree that I've actually spoke to 15 people on a 5-day week. Over a 4-week month, it's 60. And over the course of a year, that's 720 people. I mentioned earlier that if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. So if I have a ratio of 10 to 1, speak to 10, get 1 client, and I've spoke to 720 people in a year, that's 72 new clients. How would that impact on your business. If it's 20 to 1, I've still got 36 clients. And if it's 12 to 1, I'm still getting one new client a month. Now, one new client a month can be amazing. And the ratios are dependent upon the type of person you're trying to attract. So if you're looking for a high-level corporate client, you might have to do 720 phone calls to get 3, 4, 5 clients. But those 3, 4, 5 clients might be worth a lot to you. And it's worth it. So you just have to work out what you're looking for. So if I combine my business networking, which we do at Light and I also do my more direct thing, which is the LinkedIn lumpy letter followed by a telephone, I get amazing results from that. But that is not easy. That requires a lot of hard work. These are high payoff activities. But those income generating tasks, going to a networking meeting, doing the LinkedIn purposefully, going and writing the letters, going and making the phone calls, these are, they're good income generating tasks, but they are hard. But you know something? When you get into the flow of it, it becomes easy because you do it, and it gets easy. And, I want to go through my telephone call again with a lumpy letter. And this is genuinely how I do it. And I bring in some fun. And you can tell if I was speaking to you, I would be smiling at the other end of the phone. Hey, Josephine, how are you going? It's Gary Robertson. We've not met as far as I'm aware, but we recently connected on LinkedIn. And I sent you a lumpy letter with a Christmas smelling tea bag in it. Did you get it? Yes, I did. Did you drink the tea? Most say no. No, I didn't. Okay, but did you at least open the tea bag? Yes, I did. Did it smell like Christmas? Yes, it did. Oh, lovely. Anyway, you can tell by the letter on my profile on LinkedIn, I'm a chief commercial officer. I'm just asking, are you open to ways of seriously, rapidly increasing your business or not? Yes or no? It really doesn't matter. But how many times did I get a yes? Yeah. So I'm getting lots of yeses throughout that phone call. And that's the trick. And if you just treat it like a game, so you gamify things, it becomes even better. And there's a wonderful book called Go for No by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. Now, if I know I'm going to phone 3 people a day, would we agree that I know with the laws of probability, there's a high chance that all 3 are going to say no? And that's good because I'm going for no's. I'm not going for the yeses. The next day I phone 3 more people. They all say no. That's fine. I'm going for no. Yes, I've had 6 no's so far this week. Wednesday I go for another 3. Oh, yes, I've got more no's. And then Thursday, maybe because I'm on a ratio of 10 to 1 with the laws of probability, somebody says yes. And I go, oh, they've broken my run of going for no. And then the very next phone call, I get another yes. And that's how probability works. But most people don't give it long enough to go through. So I'm going to finish this video now. It's just supposed to be a short one. Yes, you can engage in low payoff activities, but expect low returns. We are going to investigate low payoff activities all the way up to those high payoff activities that I've just run through there. And I'm going to suggest that you try different ones. Try ones that fit into your business sector. But you've got to be honest with yourself. As I started here, be truthful. Write down your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And if they are big enough, you are going to do the stuff that needs to be done to get you there. And here is the fantastic news to finish this video. If you really want something, you're going to run through a brick wall to get there. Picking up the phone call and doing the things you don't like to do are going to be newly learned skills. And when you pick up the phone once and twice and 3 and 4 and 5 times, and you realize that nobody's shooting you, stabbing you, or swearing at you, then you want to do more of it. So, ladies and gents, next phase, next video, we're going to show you the different ways in which you can get new customers. But for mindset, I need you to know the truth. Have a great day.